Is this the average male fantasy by Shoe0nHead? I've seen a few of her videos when Smuggalana reacts to her, but I want to give a shot myself. So let's get into it. As a male myself, I want to know, is this the average male fantasy? So let's get into it.
Men. What do they want? Money,
The bare minimum. That's all we want. Or more.
status, fast, expensive cars. What is the ultimate male fantasy? Is it fame, fortune, 3 hot chicks at once?
Oh,
Hell yeah, brother. No,
I
according
could barely handle the ones in my head.
to men on the internet, it's something a little more simple.
Aw, look at this. A loving relationship. That's all we want.
This is literally just a fetish. I fucking hate men so much. Men are why we can't have nice things. As I was working on an upcoming video, I made the terrible mistake of logging onto Twitter, where I saw this post. A montage from the anime Josie, the Tiger, and the Fish, a movie about a college student who is assigned to take care of a paraplegic girl, and spoiler, eventually they fall in love.
I still need to watch the full movie. I only seen clips of it because of yeah, those tweets, but still I need to see the full movie since I heard it's actually pretty good. I think my mom watched it like one time, like I came out of my room and I saw my mom watching it, like, and she barely watches anime, barely watches it at all. But I think she was watching it with my sister.
Many men were yearn posting in the replies of this tweet and talking about how they wish to fall in love and would love a relationship like this, while many others, mostly women, were absolutely f***ing disgusted at this. Why
Oh
would a
yeah,
bunch of men
I've
be
seen those comments.
fantasizing about being with a woman in a wheelchair? Seems pretty creepy and predatory, right? Also just
It's not even because they want to be with a girl in a wheelchair. Like they just want a loving relationship. Like that's it. That's the bare minimum we want. We just want a happy, normal, loving relationship. That's all. Without all the BS included with it.
unrealistic and problematic. Well, in this video, we are going to be talking about why so many men resonated to that clip and this movie, and why so many people are so confused as to why. We are also going to be reading some absolutely unhinged tweets, as usual,
Alright.
to get to the bottom of why such a wholesome post turned into, once again, another battlefront for the ongoing, never-ending gender war. Men versus women, women versus men, the male loneliness epidemic, the female loneliness epidemic, the dealing with dating apps. Do men prefer thin women or curvy women? Brunettes or blondes? Do women like dad bods or fit men? Do they like beards or clean-shaven? Oh yeah, that reminds me. Let's quickly get into today's sponsor, Henson Shaving.
Okay.
You
got
ever
a
just
sponsor.
accept that some products are just garbage? Like, for years I thought ripping your tights on the first wear was just a part of being a human woman. We just accepted that. That's just how it is, sweetie. But that shouldn't be how it is. It's a bad design. And that's why I like Henson Shaving. Because if you've ever used a multi-blade razor, you're probably sick of the irritation, the razor burn, the overpriced blades, and you probably think, that's just the way it is. But it doesn't have to be how it is. Thanks to Henson Shaving. Henson Shaving is on a mission to improve shaving, with no
I think this is the
gimmicky
first time I've heard
subscriptions
this
or
product from a
moisturizing
sponsor.
strips, but with real innovation and a focus on your skin's health.
But teach
What
me
really sets
Shoe0nHead.
Henson apart is their engineering, with their Henson AL13 safety razor being manufactured in an aerospace machine shop that built parts for the International Space Station. This precision allows the blade to extend just 1/1000th of an inch beyond the shave plane, less than the thickness of a human hair. The razor prevents any bouncing or skipping, resulting in an irritation-free shave every time. And here's the best part, once you invest in a Henson razor, it's a lifetime purchase. The only thing you'll need to
Ooh.
replace are the blades, which literally cost only 10 cents each. So once you own the razor, you'll be spending like $3 to $5 on blades, compared to the ongoing cost of buying expensive plastic cartridges. Henson's store offers a variety of colors and even a titanium version, so you can pick the razor that best fits your style. So if you're tired of razor burn and overpaying for blades, now is the perfect time to make the switch. Just head over to hensonshaving.com/shoe and add both a Henson razor and the 100 blades to your car, and then enter code SHOE at checkout to get the 100 blades for free with your purchase. Your skin, your wallet, and your environment will thank you. Big thanks to Henson Razor for sponsoring this video, and thank you, the viewer, for not skipping the ad. You didn't skip the ad, right? Now
No, I
let's
didn't.
get back to the
No,
video.
I didn't, ma'am.
Now, I am not an anime connoisseur. In fact, I basically know nothing about anime. I am probably the most tourist of all the tourists. Yeah, hi. I have a question. Was the upskirt shot necessary in order to advance the plot?
Yes, it was absolutely necessary. That's how you rope them in.
I watched Pokemon and Sailor Moon when I was a kid, and a few years ago I watched Beastars on Netflix. Legoshi,
Okay.
best boy. Not a furry, by the way. And honestly, that's about it for my anime consumption. Unless you're counting VTubers. If you're counting VTubers, I watch a lot of anime. But because of this clip going viral, I watched Josie the Tiger and the Fish, and, well, I thought it was a good movie. I recommend watching it. I thought it was a really cute, good story. I only cried a little bit. And I completely understood what the tweet meant by calling it the average male fantasy. So, what was wrong with it? Why did this clip go so viral in such a negative way? Why were thousands
It is crazy how this like little wholesome tweet like got so much negativity from it. Like so much negativity. Like even I'm like, what the heck? Like I thought we couldn't go down further than this. Yeah, we ain't going to heaven. We ain't going to heaven. Or they ain't going to go to heaven.
people angry at this post? Well, let us dilly-dally no longer and read some of these angry replies to get a better understanding of what the issue is, shall we? Wholesome male fantasy, and it's fetishizing a disabled girl for him to control. Oh no. They think, oh god, why?
They're delusional.
Always vulnerable, always happy, always needs you. Pretty perverted. Where are these fan fictions coming from? There were like hundreds of tweets just like this. Why did they see a cute montage of a happy couple, a man and a woman happy, together? I know, unheard of. Why did they see that and then immediately come to these
In today's society, that's a rare sight.
conclusions? Like, as someone who actually watched the movie, Josie is not always happy, and she's absolutely not portrayed as some, like, vulnerable, ooh-woo, sex doll waifu. She's boisterous,
Okay.
she kind of has a foul mouth, she's very sassy and headstrong, she, like, straight up calls him her servant, but she was also very depressed.
Sounds like my type of woman. Why'd I do this other voice there? But ooh.
She basically never left her house. She was basically a girl failure. As a former girl failure, I love to see representation in media. But they actually show her disability, like, not in a good way. Like, they don't romanticize it, they don't sugarcoat it. And I noticed, unlike
Okay.
a lot of movies, unlike a lot of romance movies, at least like the Hallmark kind, where it's like the stuffy male lead learning to live life from the quirky, cute female lead, he's already got his shit together. And she learns to live life from him. He encourages her
okay.
to live her dreams. And in return, he learns to live life in a completely different way. And I thought that was really cool and sweet. Also, the animation was really good. Is anime good? Have I been sleeping on anime this entire time? His fantasy is that she becomes permanently disabled
I mean, you watched Beastars, so you watched a pretty good show, in my opinion.
and helplessly dependent on him, but can still make him a sandwich. Sounds about right. Oh my god, after watching the movie, these tweets are even more insane. But even putting the movie aside, just seeing that, like, cute montage out of context, where the fuck are they getting this? These are very clearly just two happy people. But because the
Yeah.
caption was the average male fantasy, their mind immediately goes to the darkest, worst faith interpretation of this. The problem is these people can't see any humanity in men.
It's kind of sad that their mind just immediately goes to that. Like honestly, you got something wrong with you if your mind goes to that dark place. Honestly, like that's your first immediate thought. Like when seeing that tweet, like what are we talking about here?
They can't see any humanity in humanity in general. Average male fantasy equals girlfriend with no agency who's completely physically dependent on you and forced into blanket subservience and compliance. Sounds about right. You males are weird for fetishizing physically disabled women. Average male fantasy is having a physically disabled girl that they can abuse however they want. Got it. Not to be that guy, I'm gonna be that guy. The infantilization of the physically disabled here is a little, dare I say, ableist? The implication here that people in wheelchairs cannot find love, and if they do, the person who loves them literally just loves them because they can't run away. Weird. Average men can't even be
That is kind of weird. That is kind of weird. That your mind immediately goes to that thought.
nice to their healthy and normal girlfriend. What makes you think they'll be able to handle a disabled person as their lover? Whoa, normal? What do you mean by normal? These people are just so ableist, chat. Can you believe it? Chat? I don't even live stream. Who's chat? I'm disabled, blind, so I showed this to my boyfriend. He says, I love you because you're you, and you make my days happier. So what if I have to drive you places or help you with cooking and cleaning? I would have done that anyway. Disability has nothing to do with it. I love you. Ma'am, I don't know how to tell you this, but, your boyfriend is a rapist. Sorry you had to find out this way. You show this as fantasy because it's not true for the majority of men who participate in abuse of disabled people. No, the fantasy is the woman appreciates his efforts to make her happy. Stop lying and abusing women and the disabled. Your meds, schizo. You don't even know that f***ing guy. What do you mean stop abusing women and the disabled? Bitch, who are you? Also, the majority of men participate in abuse of disabled people. Are you okay? The majority of men are not abusers. That is a very, very small minority of men. The majority of men are men that just wake up, take a shit, get out of bed, take a shower, go to work, come home, and wait for GTA 6 to come out. That is the majority of men.
Isn't now GTA 6 delayed to 2027? I think so. I think I saw an article about that. Like, fellas, wait. It ain't never coming out. We'll be waiting for years. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if we get close to 2027 and it's like, oh, it'll be out by 2030. Like, dude. Like, we can't even wait on that. If we had to wait longer on that. Yeah, we men are simple creatures. That's about it.
Men commit 95% of all rape, but okay. Barging into the romance section of Barnes & Noble like, attention everyone! Rape! Where is that coming from? So close, this is fetish content. Ah yes, the dirtiest, most taboo of all fetishes. A happy relationship. Honestly, in 2025, that might be true. Oh, you want a wife and kids? You sick fuck. But this is literally just—
How dare you want a normal family? How dare you want a normal family? You don't deserve it, man.
just a perverted fantasy, LMAO. You think it's a perverted fantasy because— how do I put this nicely? You are a pervert. Literally seeing a cute montage of a male and female character having fun together, being in love together, and being like, rape! He's a rapist! This is a fetish! Are these people okay? Stop watching porn. Wait, this is a woman. Okay, stop reading Taken by the Werewolf Billionaire. Or whatever the fuck you read. I swear to God, some of the shit women read would make the most depraved internet gooner blush.
It's funny because I've seen the when Smugglana reacted to her the female gooner, like I think it's like Shoe0nHead was reading a story or reading parts of the Minotaur, whatever it was, the Minotaur milking book. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, this is what women create. Some women, a very small percentage of women, and they create this and like it. Damn, they give male gooners a run for their money, I swear. And I thought we were bad. I thought us men were bad.
Or so I've been told. This is literally just a fetish. Okay, listen, I'm not gonna pretend there's nobody out there who's like, she can't run away, she has no legs. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend there's nobody out there who has a crippled, disabled fetish, okay? I've been on the internet for 20 years. I've been on DeviantArt. I've seen shit you wouldn't believe. But the majority of people, probably most, if not all the people responding to this, do not have a cripple fetish, okay? In fact, her
Yeah.
being in a wheelchair basically has nothing to do with it. Much like how females coom over, like, vampires or, like I said before, the billionaire werewolf fantasy. This is just the average male fantasy distilled down to its most extreme. So what is the average male fantasy? The average male fantasy is the fantasy of both men and women alike. It is simply to love and to be loved. But more specifically, the male fantasy is to be a protector and a provider for those that they love. Put a pin in this because we are going to come back to this in a big way, trust me. The average male fantasy is being a globally known terrorist. The average male fantasy is that a woman who isn't fat. The average male fantasy is actually job security. You know what? These guys may have a point here. Pedophile alert. Men want disabled child wives. Average male fantasy is a disabled child. More proof that men are pedos. That's a little girl.
Jesus,
this is
these
weird.
comments.
So, first of all, she's literally older than the guy. The guy is 22 and she is 24.
Really?
In anime years, he is practically hag maxing. And yes, she may be physically disabled, but aren't all men mentally disabled in their own special way? At least the ones in my audience. They will freely admit this. Maybe she, the older woman, is taking advantage of this sensitive young man. Have you ever thought of that? She looks like an 11-year-old child. Where are her breasts? First of all, really weird way to say that. She looks like a child. Show me her titties. Also, I love how, like, when anime women have huge boobs, it's disgusting, Coomer porn brain or whatever. But if the anime woman has small boobs, she is a child and you're a chimo. Can't fucking win. Also, if she had big boobs, they'd absolutely be like...
It's like they can't agree on anything. Like, honestly. It's weird, like, how they judge anime designs, like, so... Like, they compare it to reality. I'm like, dude, it's fucking fiction. It's based on the author's interests and all that, like, the character designers, like, what they wanted. It's like, if they say she's an adult, she's an adult. Like, it's simple as that. Like, come on. Go outside. Go outside. Get a job.
Wow, look at this sexualization of the disabled. Also, you know, like, adult women can be flat-chested, right? Like,
Yeah.
that actually exists in real life. Like, adult human women can have small boobs. We love all titties here on the Shoe0nHead channel. All titties is good titties. End of story. Women fantasy. A boyfriend with depth and the loving, soft, deeply caring side of them. Men's fantasy. 12-year-old anime girl who looks and speaks like a toddler. Also notice how she's literally the shape and size of a child. Yuck. Have you people ever seen a child? No, you're all childless. Silly me. She's not even that short. She's just sitting. See, like when they're laying side by side, she's like a full-grown adult woman. Why do these people look at this and immediately think of child rape? Go to therapy. And listen, I know with anime it can get a little weird, right? Like, excuse me, Poo Poo Pee Pee Chan is 2,000 years old.
It's crazy regarding, like, the size of, like, what should be an adult, what should be a child. Like, did these people not go to school? Like, let's say this for a second. They didn't go to high school or college. In high school and college, this should be your first indicator about not all people are the same, are not all humans are the same average height, average weight, average something. You're gonna have short people, tall people, fat people, skinny people, buff people. Like, dude, did they not realize that? Like, flat-chested women, big boobs chested women. Like, honestly, these people need to get out more. I'm sorry, but they do. They need to have some common sense. Like, it's crazy from reading these comments. Like, these women don't have that much common sense at all. Like, just go outside. Go even to your local Walmart. Go to your local Walmart, like, in the morning or during the daytime, and see the variety of, like, men and women there. Adult men and women there. Like, what are we talking about here?
Old, and this is Poo Poo Pee Pee Chan. But this does not even look like a child. This looks like a cute woman. This is like a random rant, but I feel like there are no more cute women nowadays. You know what I mean? You have all like the Insta baddies, the e-thoughts, the e-girls, the muscle mommies, the boss babes, the boy babes. But I feel like every woman is just hot now. Which, by the way, I don't think is healthy for the male psyche whatsoever. You shouldn't wake up and be able to scroll through pictures of, like, the hottest woman you've ever seen in your life, like, 20 times before you've had, like, your morning cup of coffee. You shouldn't log in and immediately be one-shotted by 10 tens all day, as if that wouldn't make you go insane, as if that wouldn't make you crash out. Like, back in the day, you'd probably see, like, one fine dame on your bus ride to work, and you'd think about her for 40 years until the day you die. That's how it used to be. That's how it should be. Now every woman is like a crazy, hot, unobtainable Instagram goddess with the fattest of ass. Zoomers don't know how good we had it. You'd go to Blockbuster, and the 21-year-old cashier behind the counter would be the most adorable woman you've ever seen. No Botox, no lip filler, just a pure soul, full of joy and whimsy. And now women are full of hate and SSRIs. But they're hot. They're hotter than they've ever been. They're hotter and more depressed than they've ever been in history. Sad. What were we talking about? Oh yeah, anime. I didn't take my Vyvanse today, could you tell? Men's fantasy. A big titty woman with the face of a 16-year-old that is useful for cooking, cleaning, and sex. Women's fantasy. Gets treated like a queen and a man who keeps tracks of our periods so he can take care of us. I think I speak for a lot of women here when I say our fantasies do not, in fact, include men tracking our periods. Personally, if my husband was like, honey, just a reminder, you're in your luteal phase, I'm taking the kids. Men like to pretend they want this, and then they beat their wife when dinner isn't ready or their son when he's misbehaving. First of all, I'm sorry that happened to you. But there are in fact good men out there. I've seen them. Some may be in this very audience. Sorry, I couldn't keep a straight face. This is the Shoe0nHead audience. You're all gremlins. Male fantasy equals a woman that can't run away from him. A woman that's dependent on him. Interesting. When men are involved, it's basic survival instinct to assume the worst. Men are guilty until they prove themselves innocent. You know what? I take my opinions back on free speech. I changed my mind. No more free speech. No more free speech until you bitches learn to behave. A woman's fantasy is a man who won't.
It should be like a test at this moment, like a government mandated test. Do you earn the right to have free speech in America? You gotta take this test to earn it. If we see any comments on the internet, we know that we revoke your right.
And a man's fantasy is raping a woman.
God, these comments are.
I'm sorry. Where is the rape, ma'am? Maybe that's how you see it, because you're brainwashed to hate men. So true. I hate how. But in reality, women are the real demons here. Oh, god damn it. We just want a happy relationship. Is it so much to ask for? Yes. Yes, it is. Oh look, more misogynistic gooner fantasy slop written by misogynistic gooner men. This is why 70% of anime is garbage. So here's the thing, that misogynistic gooner fantasy slop written by misogynistic gooner men was actually written by Saiko Tanabe, a woman. A woman wrote this story. And I feel like a very important detail everyone is sleeping on when they covered this was the fact that this is very much the female fantasy as well. A man loving you for who you are despite your flaws.
It's crazy because some of the series, like, people say, like, oh, this is male gooner, was written by a woman. Like, one example that comes to the top of my mind is My Dress Up Darling. Like, people were complaining about the sexualization of Marin, and it's created by a woman. A woman drew that. A woman designed that. Like, like, you gotta at least check the author before you make assumptions. But in a lot of other series, like, that have beautiful women, like, that would be considered gooner for men, were created by women. Like, I can't think of any off the top of my head, but that's the first one that comes to mind.
Literally sweeping you off your feet and carrying you around on adventures, helping you live out your dreams, face your fears, and supporting you through the good and bad times. You're going to sit here and tell me that's not the female fantasy too? Is this not the basic female fantasy? Is this not the knight in shining armor? coming to rescue you and falling in love with you? Why on earth are so many women so mad at this? Are men now the hopeless romantics? Are men now the ones yearning for a fairy tale romance? Is this why all the Disney remakes are like, she's not gonna be saved by the prince, she's a strong, independent woman? Meanwhile, men still want to be the prince, men still want to be the knight in shining armor. Men are like, I will save you from your monotonous 9-to-5 job. I will give you a house and babies. And women are like, no, I must be an actuarial consultant. Be gone, vile misogynist. Is that what is occurring here? Also, that aside, there literally is a gender-swapped version of this story called Perfect World. It is a manga. Mango? I don't know. Do not come for me, weebs. Men will statistically leave their wives and partners the moment they find out they're disabled or have a life-threatening condition. You're right, it is a fantasy. Actually, that study was debunked by the authors themselves, who admitted they did the math wrong. It's actually not much higher, but then again, even if it was, and it happens, I've seen it happen to people, it's terrible. Marriage should be through sickness and through health, but that's not really the point here. And the fact that so many people are focusing on the wheelchair part of this just proves that they just don't get it. The ones of pure mind and pure soul
Yeah,
get it.
that is weird how most of them just focus on the wheelchair and the disabled part. How, like, they can't really focus on anything else because that's the only thing they think about. But nah, just a loving relationship. That's it.
These fucking semen demons out here, they don't get it. But not all semen demons. The amount of people in comments who just don't get that men want a cute, loving girlfriend is beyond me. They call them creeps for wanting actual love and not a girl boss who only wants your money. Ah, thank you, a sane person. Hopefully the replies aren't full of people calling her a pick-me. Pick-me alert,
Oh, God.
least obvious pick-me. Me, pick me please. Hope he picks you, sis. Pick me, pick me, pick me. An incel could have written this. Fuck. Why are so many VTubers either pick-me's or racist? You mean why do so many female VTubers disagree with you? Why so many aren't towing the mainstream liberal feminist NPC line? Because they can. See, the most powerful weapon women have against other women is social ostracization. You don't want to be seen as a pick-me or a racist, so you keep your mouth shut in order to survive in female social circles. But in the cases of VTubers, virtual YouTubers, they're basically anonymous. They can say anything they want. They're basically wearing a mask. They're free from the chains of the eternal HR Longhouse. But apparently, even being anonymous online does not save them, because they still get doxxed for simply not hating men.
Yeah, that is
lovely. Maybe I should save this rant
insane.
for a different video someday. Moving on.
I never understand, like, how would you hate someone? Well, I mean, how would you hate someone to the point where you doxed them? Like, that says more a lot about you than the person you're doxing. Like, even Chibi, like Chibi Reviews, he had this problem. Like, he posted like just one screenshot from Dun Dun, and he got so much hate for it. He got doxxed, he got threatened. It's like, damn, dude. Like what the heck? Like, you guys have no life. No life to dox someone over a line or an opinion or something like that. Like, humanity is fucked. Like, honestly. Like, I thought we were fucked before the internet, but no, we still are. Even worse. It just brought out the worst in some people.
Men are why we can't have nice things, by the way. First of all, men make all the things. Thank you. Thank you.
The trophy, oh my god.
Also, I just realized it was a man saying that. It was a whole-ass man saying men are why we can't have nice things. I don't deserve this trophy. This is for you, sir. This is for you. I'm not worthy. Listen, I make women jokes. I'm very critical of feminism and propaganda aimed at women. But you will never catch me in a million years saying some shit like women are why we can't have nice things. I have a mom. I have female family members. I have female friends. Maybe one day I'll have a daughter. Women make the world a beautiful place, and like men, can be flawed and deserve criticism, like anyone else. But there's something genuinely so cucked about people who put down their own gender or race. Oh god, race. Self-hating white people. Don't get me started on self-hating white people.
Those are the
White
weirdest
people
people.
are so evil. I hate being white. White people can't dance. White people food is so gross. You're not getting into Wakanda, bro. You're not getting invited to the cookout. Enough. But yeah, women were not the only ones who had a problem with this. There were a lot of men who didn't quite relate to this being the average male fantasy. It's fine to love the disabled. I didn't need to remind you that. But to glorify it? This anime is certainly Marxist propaganda. The movie is about him taking a job as her caretaker, and when he learns of her dreams, he makes it his mission to help her dreams come true. So it is Marxist propaganda to help a disabled person pursue their dreams? Yeah, it's woven in. Empathy is the target of propaganda. Marxism is when girl in wheelchair. I love this. Empathy is the target of propaganda. Every piece of media that makes you feel empathy is communism. Political brain rot. If you're at the point where you see this and you're thinking of communism, you need to log off. You are unwell. I'm sorry, but when I reproduce...
You need mentally professional help. Like, just unplug the internet cable, and as they say in the youngin' age, go touch some grass. But yeah, I don't know why they keep going on the disabled part. Like, can't you just see it's just a loving relationship that they want?
I don't want a high
That's
probability of
what
my
we want.
offspring being mentally or physically retarded. We need a better class of incels whose bar is higher than the retarded. She's not retarded, she has a spinal injury that's not genetic. Also, what is this LARP? I love how everyone is just kind of having like a normal conversation about this clip, and this guy just comes out of nowhere like, I would never put my pure white seed in such a vile creature. Like, you absolutely know this guy has a
Damn.
non-white girlfriend. They all do. All these, like, I hate white people women always have white boyfriends. All these, I hate non-white people boys always have non-white girlfriends. I don't know what it is, but I've seen it too many times. I guarantee you when this man logs off of his Black Sun Roman statue Twitter account, he's clapping Latina booty cheeks. My fantasy is not being a simp, but okay. Fellas, is it simping to love a woman? Nah, this is not the male fantasy. That man is a beta male. If she wasn't in a wheelchair, she would leave him for Chad. Fellas, is it beta to love a woman? This is not my fantasy. This is some gay shit, to be honest. Fellas, is it gay to love a woman? What no pussy does to a
In today's society, it probably is at this point, which is so sad.
motherfucker.
Fellas,
Brother,
you'll find
I've
your
seen
special
what pussy
someone.
does to a motherfucker, and it's far worse. The average male fantasy is taking care of their crippled wife. I don't think I've ever had that fantasy before. I thought it was gonna be about going on some quest to kill the dragon to win the princess or something. It is. That is the average male fantasy. But there are no dragons to slay. There are no princesses to save. But there is that little old lady in the grocery store who can't quite reach that top shelf. There's that heavy box the pretty girl you work with can't quite lift herself. There's that jar of tomato sauce your wife can't quite open. There's that Lego set your little son can't quite put together himself. Or there is this paraplegic girl who wants to see the ocean. This is the Princess and the Dragon story. And despite what many are told, men do have a lot of love to give. And they want some kind of excuse or mechanism to show that love. In a world where men expressing themselves is either seen as toxic or gay. And one way of expressing that love is solving problems. Men fucking love solving problems. I don't know what it is. They also love reading Wikipedia articles. The amount of times I walked over and my husband is reading a random fucking Wikipedia article about like the world's tallest buildings or like a random battle in World War II. I didn't know if this was autism or what, but apparently it's a man thing. Anyway, yes, men love solving problems. And in a world that makes them feel useless, makes them feel like they have no purpose, men desperately feel like they need to prove their worth. They are desperately looking for a purpose in life. So it is not at all shocking to me that the modern young man is seeing a clip like this and longing for this. A lot of modern men don't have a chance to prove themselves, to make something of their lives. They don't have a chance to provide anything for anyone because they don't have anything to provide and they don't have anyone. They are doing-
It's a shame. Like, honestly, especially with this generation, and hopefully the future ones don't have to go through this. Like, honestly, like, hopefully the future generations can just have a normalcy within, like, God, what am I trying to say here? Like, have a normal life, basically. Like, don't have to go through the same problems we do. It's unfortunate that it's like probably gonna happen, but I have hope. I have hope that future generations will have to deal with the BS that we went through. But yeah, like honestly, like men just you can only take so much from men before they start breaking out. Like I don't know, is that the right term for it? I don't know.
Everything their grandfathers did, but seeing none of the results. They're lost. What can they
Mm-hmm.
provide? And as I said earlier, her being in a wheelchair is the protector and provider instinct taken to a extreme. And yes, it is a fantasy considering if you ask anyone who's actually in a wheelchair, they know it's not all butterflies and rainbows, and they know that it's hard on relationships. It can be difficult on their partner. But just like in the movie, it's not shown as butterflies and rainbows. Josie feels like a burden. But towards the end of the movie, the guy takes
Okay.
on that burden. Not because he gets something in return, but because it's his duty. Because it makes her happy, which makes him happy in return. Loyalty, duty,
Aw.
virtue, acts of service, big or small. Men live for that shit. And yes, these are stereotypes. Not everyone.
That guy is definitely the Chad, as that comment was trying to explain. Like she said that if she wasn't disabled, she'll go for a Chad. Dude, she already has the Chad. Like, what are we talking about?
Fits into these boxes, blah 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 blah. But for the most part, it's true. When many men look at this relationship, that is what they see. And a lot of modern
Mm-hmm.
women are looking at this relationship and being disgusted because, in a way, it's the complete inverse of the strong, independent woman they've been sold. They've been told they need to be. The modern woman crafted by modern Disney for modern audiences. Unlike the Hollywood crafted modern woman, this woman does need her man. She is not strong and she's not independent, at least physically. This doesn't mean she's like an empty vessel with no thoughts or freedom. No, in fact, in the movie, Josie does roll away from him a few times. It is a fantasy not because of a power imbalance, but because the man has a tangible purpose, and the woman is willingly and lovingly letting him fulfill that purpose.
Because I can depend on you.
Aw.
I know that if I ever feel frightened, I can just reach out to you.
Men simply want something good to die for, to make it beautiful to live. This manifests in a lot of ways, but the most common is having a loving partner and or a family. Something unobtainable to many people nowadays. So yes,
Yeah,
literally one of the most
that's
normal things
unfortunate.
ever is becoming a fantasy. Sad. Also, men will deny this, but they absolutely have a biological clock. It may not hit in your teens or your 20s, but one day you're going to have a dream. You have a little daughter making you pancakes with your wife in the morning, and you're not going to be able to get it out of your head. And that is the male biological clock. Everything you do,
Oh
the
god.
money you make working that grating 9-to-5 job, it will all be for something bigger and more important than yourself one day. You will come home to a warm and happy home, greeted by people who care about you, and love you, and rely on you, and everything will make sense then. Until then, you'll just be on the internet, being called a misogynist, for wanting something bigger and more important than yourself, for wanting something beautiful and normal. And that is the average male fantasy.
Mm-hmm.
That and 3 hot chicks at once. Hell yeah, brother! Haha, you know
Hell
what I'm
yeah.
saying? So that
Hell
was
yeah.
that little video. Men in the comments, let me know. Am I correct? Is that the average male fantasy? Or is it not that deep? Men and women in the comments, what is your fantasy? And no, I don't mean that. I don't want to hear about how you want to be crushed by a 12-foot futa. That is between you and God, not you and Shoe0nHead. I mean, what is your ultimate dream? Do you want to travel the world? Do you want a nice big family one day? Do you want to own a farm? Do you want to live in a shed in the woods and make pipe bombs? Let me know in the comments and I will see you soon with a new video.
My dream is to just get a house one day. Just get a house so I could play my video games and read my manga. That's about it. Maybe find a nice girl someday, but yeah, that was a good video. Like I haven't reacted to Shoe0nHead like by myself. And well, this is my first reaction to Shoe0nHead. Like I've only seen her through Smuggalana's reactions, but yeah, the average male fantasy is pretty simple. I think a lot of people just misunderstand it and just assume the worst when, especially online, when the term male is involved. Like it is men. I have hope for you. You guys will find your special someone one day, and hopefully your fantasy is pretty average, like the average male. All right. Well, that's gonna be it. That was a good video. Like, give Shoe0nHead some love. All right.